guys, it's me Fishman and welcome to another live stream of Genshin Impact, where we are going to do stuff, cool stuff. New update is on. You can see the stuff in here. We have a character story for the new character, which is Escaffier. We're going to roll for her. We have the Arkham Quest interlude chapter. That's what we're going to do in this live stream. We'll leave this one for the next live stream. This is already done. We have a new boss. Probably we need to farm this for the new characters. And we have the test run for the new characters, Escoffier and Aoife. So we're going to roll, at least I'll get Aoife, I'm most certainly. But let's try to get Escoffier. She seems pretty strong. So yeah, let's start by making the Escoffier tryout. Also, let me warn you there's a giveaway going on. You can go to the link down below. The giveaway will enable you to win 4 games, which are The Quarry, Vimba, Dead in Texas, and Friends vs. Friends. So get on the giveaway. You'll be helping the channel grow, and you can get those 4 Steam keys from pretty cool games, I would say. Yeah, let's keep going. The cooking mech created by Escoffier tapped elemental skill will follow the current active character and fire shots towards nearby opponents at intervals that deal cryo damage. Elemental burst will restore HP to all party members and deal AoE cryo damage to nearby opponents. Additionally, Escoffier can also decrease the hydro and cryo resistance of opponents. That the more party members of the relevant types she has, a greater the effect. So we need hydro and cryo team to take advantage of her abilities. Yeah, if you can look on the right, it's all cryo and hydro.
Let's keep going, team. Neutralizing threat. Getting here. Dead reckoning.
Yeah, they don't even move. They don't even move. And this, well, I like cryo with. I like the freeze aspect of the game, but it's not the most damage option. But with her it's better with her, because freeze is a good reaction that enables you to survive more, but it's not good for end game things, because you need to kill the enemies within a specific time limit, and since it deals less damage, yeah, it makes the survivability easier by freezing enemies and not be dealt damage, but it doesn't deal that much damage. But with her might be a good thing, since the team will be dealing more damage. Okay, now we have Navia. Navia is, pretty good character. I still use her a lot on the Abyss and on the theater. So yeah, she's a good character to roll. It's like the best Geo character, I think. But she needs to be paired with elements so she can absorb the crystals and deal more damage. When Navia or other party members collect elemental shards created by the crystallized reaction, Navia gains crystal sharpnel. When element skill is tapped, all shrapnel attacks will be consumed to fire Rosula shard shots. The more shrapnel, I'm having troubles with this word, stacks consumed, the more shard shots that will be fired and the greater damage that can be dealt. When elemental skill is held, Navia enters aiming mode before firing and will continuously pick nearby elemental shards while aiming. In addition, her elemental skill is able to deal OZ aligned geo damage at intervals. Her elemental burst bombards opponents in front of her, dealing AoE geo damage, and will deal geo damage to nearby opponents after. Okay, so you start by doing the ulti, then you deal some elemental damage,
Give up. Your life is mine.
and then you change back
This one's got
to deal
your
boof,
name
big
on it.
damage.
Umbrella
Boof.
warfare, I guess. Fire! Well, with rocks. This one's got
Boof.
yours. Teamwork is dreamwork. What's it?
Yeah, you need some elemental damage to make reactions with geo and other elements, except wind. So wind teams are not good with Navia, but yeah, all other elements, even another geo character is good, as you can see in this team, because it makes more crystals, so she can deal more damage. Okay, let's keep going. Collect. Now let's go to Aoife, the new character, the new 4-star character. She also heals, so we have 2 healers on this new banner. The new 2 cards can heal. If elemental skill cause him to over and move swiftly with Kuku's help. During this time, Aoife will fire tonic shots that can heal all party members when he traps or holds his normal attack. His elemental burst fires a therapeutic sedative that explodes upon it, pulling nearby objects and opponents in and dealing away ammo damage. When the therapeutic sedative hits an opponent affected by hydro, pyro, cryo, or electro, it will deal AoE damage of the corresponding element. Okay, there's no ice in here, so the new character doesn't seem to be pretty good with Aoife. She needs water and oh no, cryo. Sorry, there's hydro and cryo. Okay, it might be good. No, she's not good with him. He takes advantage of her cryo, but she doesn't take advantage of her wind. So it still takes. Okay. Oops.
Mind the wind. Easy now, Kakuku. Easy now, Kakuku. Mind your step.
Ray outlines your fate. Ray credit. Know my step.
Time to say hello.
By royal decree. Shadow Raven. Let night fall.
Oh shit. Okay, is that all? It seems so. He's like a weaker version of what's her name? The girl with the hat from his tribe. So probably we'll get 2 characters from each tribe. Let's go to Auroran. Auroran is a cool 4-star character. Elemental skill throws a spirit aura at enemies, dealing electro damage. When other opponents are nearby, the spirit bomb will bounce between them, dealing additional damage. Each opponent can only be selected as target once. Auroran's elemental burst deals AoE electro damage and summons a fourth supersonic oculus that continually taunts and attacks nearby opponents, dealing electro damage. After nearby party members trigger Night Soul Burst, or when other party members hydro or electro attacks its opponent with a certain period of time. After Auroran uses elemental skill, Auroran will accumulate Night Soul points. When nearby opponents take electro charge reaction damage or Night Soul line damage dealt by other character, Auroran will consume Night Soul points, enter Night State placing state, trigger the hypersense effect and dealing electro damage at most 4 nearby opponents. Okay.
Ray outlines your fate.
Oops.
Witness the power of good luck. Oz revealed by. Stand clear.
Enhanced animal module 75. Wings of darkness. Come.
Tell me what you see.
Time to act. Absorption test.
Oh, there's more.
Let me read your verse. By Royal
Farewell. Go. You're free now.
Mark 2. Stand clear. Absorption test. I summon thee. Shadow Witch. Know my sword. Witness the power.
Time to say hello.
Stand clear. Animal hypostasis emulation. Oz, reveal thyself.
Okay, it is done. Last but not least, we have Layla. Okay, Layla's pretty cool also. Good character. She makes some good cryo damage and some shields. Layla's elemental skill puts forth a shield known as the Curtain of Slumber for party members. Night stars will be created both by the field itself and when the character within uses an elemental skill. Once the Curtain of Slumber is accumulated for night stars, and there are opponents nearby, these night stars will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing cryo damage. Layla's elemental burst will unleash a celestial dream sphere that constantly attacks nearby opponents, dealing cryo damage. When its attack hits, it'll generate one night star for nearby curtains of slumber. Okay, so she makes a shield.
Stars, shine for me.
We need to do
Let the show begin.
Dodge this. So sorry.
Not now. Don't be scared. Come on. We can do
some
it.
damage, elemental damage, while her shield is on. So the night stars bombate.
Shining stars. Oh,
Freeze. This man will be frozen.
Yeah, that's it. So we need a lot of reactions with her. Okay, I think that is all. Let's roll for the new character. I already have Navia. So let's go. Don't forget that you have 5 witches from each banner on the store every month. Not for free, but for in-game currency. Okay, when Lila. She's not at C10, C6 yet. Meh. Okay, one IFA, two other. Okay, nice. Shop. Let's get 8. Let's see if this is good enough. Okay, I'm gonna make 10 more rolls. I think I lost my last 50-50, so this is guaranteed to be her.
Well met. I am Escoffier, Patissier Supreme, and Master of Precision Gastronomy. As an esteemed guest of the divine, you deserve the finest cuisine Teyvat has to offer. I hope my work is to your satisfaction. If you have an interest in the culinary arts, allow me to introduce you to the wonderful world of haute cuisine. I just hope you're mentally prepared for the undertaking. I don't tolerate a quitter.
Okay, it's done. We got her, boys. And another Autoron. Okay,
There's a
cool,
lot that
cool
goes into
rolls.
managing an orchard. What?
What's this? I made 50 rolls? Yeah, I did make 50 rolls. In fact, it was right on the
Weeding, fertilizing the soil.
spot to get that mission. And now we have a bunch of characters. Constellation. Okay. C4. Did I get any character at C6? ES2, C5. Sometimes I use Autoron on. Okay, we got her at C6. Pating. Okay, if no, if it's at C1 too. Do they get no? Oh, let me see some builds for them. Let's see for Escoffier first, because I'll put her on my team to level up and to showcase her a little bit. Escoffier, Genshin. There's a guy named Escoffier with a mustache, a big mustache. Okay, weapons. Of course, you'll not use a 1-star weapon. So she's a double S sub DPS, it seems. Staff of Oma. Engulfing Light I don't have. Prospector's Drill. What the hell is that? Oh, it's a 4-star weapon from a banner. That's a bummer. I need to roll. Oh, but it's on this. Maybe I'll roll for the weapon. I would really like to have a new weapon. Both weapons are cool on this banner. Maybe I'll roll on this banner if I get enough Primo Gems to guarantee that I'll get one 5-star weapon. Okay, so it seems switch that this one is a good weapon for her. Energy recharge. Okay, let's leave this one. And for Golden Troop and for artifacts, they suggest Golden Troop. Artifacts, Festy Keep, custom configuration. Type. Let's see how many golden troops I have. 44. Okay. Also, Blizzard Strayer and Noblesse Oblige seem to be a good option for her. Okay, so energy recharge seems to be a good option, and attack percentage. Goblet attack percentage, and circlet. Crit rate, attack percent. Oh, you can only get one. Let's go with this one. Prior minor. Energy recharge, crit rate, crit damage. Okay. What? Let's generate. Crit rate 45. Okay. Let's see this one. Okay, this one is cool. God damn it. That stupid defense. Don't go to defense. Fuck me, man. What was the other one? It's this one. I don't like this one that much. Let's see. Energy recharge. Okay, I like it better now. Fuck. The worst one is the one we get. Okay, energy recharge. Okay. Lot of energy recharge. Now let's go. Oh, attributes. Level up. Whoa. Whoa. Level up. Let's go to IFA.
Huh?
Weapons. Oops. IFA. IFA build. Exploration double S, but is not. It only works as a main DPS, and yeah, IFA it's pretty bad. But it deals very bad damage. Best weapon, 5-star weapon, no. Mappa Mare, Wandering Given Star. Let me see what we got here. We only have one. The Witch, no, it's not a good option for him. And I don't even... What's this? Flowing Purity. Mappa Mare. The wits. No, I'm not going to take out the wits from you. Sacrificial fragments. Which one is that? Sacrificial fragments. This is probably a weapon from a banner. Yep. I don't know, dude. Let's give this one to you, and let's change. They're all attack. Probably this one. Artifacts. So damn. So you want elemental mastery. First keep custom. The best option is the Viridescent Venereer. I don't think I have. Oh, 53. I have a good amount of this. Main affix. Elemental mastery. Elemental mastery. Elemental mastery. Substats. I think elemental mastery, energy recharge. What? Let me see other options. Scroll of Hero of Cinder City. What? Okay, I probably don't have. Oh, god damn it. What's this one? Anemo damage. Yeah, anemo damage is not that good for him. Healing bonus. Okay, this one seems cool. I'm not going to evolve his
Yours right?
these things. Now let's put them on the team, and they are healers, which make a good combo. Let's change. Oops.
Utensils at the ready.
Here's to a safe journey.
Yeah, those are some pretty eyes, Madudette. Oh, que dó, como é que é? Tá tudo bem? Ok, tem roupa de cozinheira. Ah, e deixa-me tentar. Let's try something out. Ah, não consigo mudar. Let me try something out. We need you.
I have high hopes for this.
Oh, okay. It's we need to level her up because she can cook things with that ability, but she needs to be on an higher level, I think.
Long trip ahead?
Tá tudo bem. Ah. Let's play então. Wait. What the hell is even that? Return to special story mode. Button to continue. Okay, new story. I like this.
Wow, the city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful.
Let's put it on auto.
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go. Eu não estou a perceber esta história cronologicamente.
Greetings, traveler.
Aonde é que está?
Hey, Catherine! Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But
We have something.
But
feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
take a look around, huh?
Slim Biscuit, fucking up your sound.
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Yeah, stargazing.
Oh, we can find
Giggity.
a spot. You know people start reserving places on Starsnatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Que tal? Já participaste no giveaway?
Someone's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a
Vai lá,
chance to talk
4
to
joguinhos.
Queen. This
Podes
is
ganhar.
weird.
Eu gosto
Oh,
quando é pessoal
you're
que vem ao
leaving?
stream
I
frequentemente.
can walk you home.
É esse
No,
mesmo.
it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago, I...
Kill
is
the
it?
man.
Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Ooh. Break
Huh?
up.
Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Ouch.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back.
Cinderella.
Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
I can't believe it. Maybe they're just working out the kinks.
So, is this what you meant by unusual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh,
Depression is...
it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine.
Strange.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
I
something...
even consulted Miss Barbara at the
going
church,
on.
but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry.
What, dude?
This is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
What the fuck?
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
Hypnotizing
It
motherfuckers.
appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Oh, where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Woohoo!
But Donna is the one who has a huge crush on D-Luke, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Whoa.
Is that Captain Kaya?
Yeah, bitch.
Now that I look at him,
Sim,
he's
o
exactly my
Kaya...
type. How come I never felt this way before?
I'm flattered, Miss Donaldo. No wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no, of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I intend to, my dear, but first a question. If you don't mind, why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Luke was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master D-Luke came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies
Ok,
just
deve
weren't
haver um
there
feitiço na
anymore.
cidade que anda a mudar os
If I
sentimentos
had to
das
compare
pessoas.
it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
Damn! Hope that doesn't happen to me.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it.
Yeah,
It was just a feeling.
something is happening. You see, this is not uncommon, but it's happening to everyone. I understand, and I'm flattered. I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see some... Huh? I do need to see to some business, so I'll take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Fish, Payman, how have you been? All good. How about yourself and the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
Fuck off.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt, but let's discuss the finer details back at the headquarters. Pling. Paralogism, Act 4, Interlude Chapter. Okay. So let's go to the quarters. Damn, I need to go by foot.
Running late again.
What?
Oops.
Hurry up, Grassa.
Alright. Ooh.
Kaya, you found them.
Okay, at least he has a voice. Yeah. Yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed.
Tem lá 4 pessoas. Você está cheio.
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to
Note.
meet you.
His name
I
is
believe
Note.
Introductions are in order.
Allow me. You have Note, Captain the Second Company, Skaron, Captain of the Third Company, Eola, Captain of the Third Company, and me, of course, Captain of the Ninth Company. Okay, they are not playable characters, as you can see by their outfit.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Okay. I would like to know more about the captain of the Knight of Favonius and the Mother of Glee. Fish Paimon, thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. You know a few of them already, but I'm sure that there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains in Knight of Favonius together to hold a trial.
Trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
I can understand the confusion. You've never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, we haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. The Knights of Favonius oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, in the interest of fairness, major cases are tried jointly with the Church. Under the guidance of Barbatos, the Knights uphold chivalric justice in the spirit of our order, and the Church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. In today's case, requires a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on, the group of people we saw in the corridor just now, there was someone missing. Where's Albedo?
Right! He's the captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation, Fish. That happens to be exactly what I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Jean, it's time. Understood. Fish, Paimon, come with me. Damn, I came here to a festival and they put me to work. God damn it. Ooh. Please sit wherever you like. I only ask you to remain calm no matter what you hear. I need to head over there. Don't worry, that trial will be fair. But is he here? Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. Damn, what is this? He's in the church? This is a big ass room. Diluc is also here. With Grandmaster Varka away from Mondstadt. Yeah, Varka, that's the one. For the time being, I, Jean Gunhilder, will oversee today's proceedings. This is a new character, okay, probably a 4-star character. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh,
Rosario is also
face.
there.
Deacon of the church.
He's a
Does
cat.
that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
Yep. The defendant in today's case is captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens of Mondstadt. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilty is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, the captain of the logistics company, Miss Erta, will be presented the charges. The court appoints Mr. Kaya to speak on Mr. Albedo's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Erta, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Oh, assassination.
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
No. There's no way!
We now call that witness to the stand. Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
She's lying! Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Queen earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo.
Is it his clone again?
He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body.
Oh, I read a baby. God damn it.
Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
He saw you. It wasn't Albedo, okay? It's a clone or something else. He had like a clone. I now turn to the defendant and describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knight of Favonius headquarters. That's right, the next day the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
Yeah, probably, but not for all the night. Of course, he's working alone. No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
Of course not.
This isn't looking good.
Okay, this is not a cat. It's Izet. He has human ears. If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
She knows the place. In other words, you dug up the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing. You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw.
So she doesn't know if it was a body. She saw someone that looked like Albedo.
I'm telling the truth, Miss
That's
Herta,
not
I swear.
enough.
Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're going to be his next victim.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
No ill will that you know of. Does the defendant wish to say anything in response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Erta, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect Mondstadt and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Okay. A lot of bodies. Did they found that second body? The Luke Ragnvinder. What? So the Luke is a more credible source. Please tell the court what you saw. At around 3:14 in the morning, I saw Mr. Albedo dispose of a body beneath a cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Dew to illuminate his surroundings. From what I could tell, it looked like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and smoothed out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
Are they being mind controlled? I would only inquire as to what Mr. Luke was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is there such a thing? Dawn Winery is my home. It's not unusual for me to take walks in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Master de Luke is a well-respected figure in Mondstadt. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo, yet the question remains, where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like a teeth and the femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question, if the burial was fresh, why is this all the remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Master de Luke. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here.
Okay.
Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So, that's your angle, alchemy. A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Mr. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Sucrose. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Miss Sucrose was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. That's right, we were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
She fell asleep. Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless,
So many characters without voice, that angers me.
Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library.
Why not
were you
take
awake
all the
whole
voice
time?
of the
Sounds
story?
like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
We were fucking okay.
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I'll take it from here. During our meeting, Sucrose did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Sucrose, you don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo? I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, or what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Someone with a mask, a clone.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators
might be him
intercepted
with
one of
mind
Mr.
control.
Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
Okay. A correspondence. Oh no, that envelope doesn't look like it belongs to Mr. Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life.
Oops.
To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement?
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected.
Okay, it's not his letter.
Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
Trusty investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwriting, and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement.
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
Okay, I think he's cleverer. I think he's smarter than that, okay? If he was going to do that, he was not going to let it out on a letter.
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe it.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence. In order to protect all parties involved, that is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Ha! Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive. On the charge of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains, the court finds the defendant guilty. That's just stupid. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Albedo being taken back to the headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something in here is about to come to light. It all comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people of Mondstadt haven't yet to discover.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Albedo told me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what, following in Ryan Dottier's footsteps just because he's an alchemical creation? That would only make him more suspicious. Well, this took a turn for the worse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you are needed at Star Snatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Okay, are we going to be teleported to the Star Snatch Cliff? The current story seems to be related to past adventures. Would you like quickly overview? Yeah. You and Paimon went to Dragonspine to ask Albedo, who was conducting research there, some questions about alchemy, only to encounter a series of strange events. Strange soft noises echoing through the mountains that could not be traced. The ransacking and the theft of alchemical notes at the campsite. Albedo disappearing after a chat outside a cave, but having in memory of the incident. At the same time, Ayla encountered Albedo elsewhere on the mountain, attempting to lead a child away, and they attacked Ayla upon being discovered. You were able to confirm the presence of a mysterious figure personating Albedo. A running battle ensued, ambushing and being ambushed, hunting and being hunted. In the end, Albedo eliminated the giant mutant Whooper Flower posing as him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing the face on the mountain. Whoa. Yeah, I remember vaguely about this. Okay, now can we teleport? Yes, we can. Okay, this is good. Foo, fi, fum. Oh, Venti, my friend. Ha, Fish Pieman, I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me? Yes, you were looking for us.
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Okay, he believes that he is innocent.
Whoa, where did you come from?
Is this a guy or a girl?
You know this guy. His name is, what is his name again?
Dahlia.
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
So you called us here so we could meet with Venti.
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight. You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Wait then, you know about...
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Okay, it's a guy. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand.
Okay.
I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If you mean his true identity, then yeah, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Yeah. Ah, well, I knew from the moment Rhindottir and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Crichton Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree.
Yeah.
That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Okay. Which means we need to find a way to help your friend. What do you know about the situation, Venti? Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a sentient being and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Wind Bloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
You share your observations with Venti and Dahlia. Yeah, it might be Albedo, but mind controlled, but that's pretty bad for them.
Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruelly set fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment, there are always unavoidable trials in life, at least that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such case, even the seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in this time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Yeah. Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is a part of being an honorary knight, right? You still have help, of course, which is why I prepare a little surprise. Behold.
Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty.
Oh, maybe that Diluc is fake. That's why that other girl didn't feel anything when she saw Diluc again. Maybe the clones are of other people. Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this all belongs to you now?
Hehe, we're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat. Well, we'll do our best to uncover the truth. That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side. Okay, now what? Dahlia.
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed, our companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and
In
familiar.
all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Okay, it's from the water. Barbados, serious? You give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the animal archon.
Is that so? I wonder what Barbados think about that. Perhaps you should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
You know what? Forget about Barbados. Dahlia, treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
Okay, yeah, you can clearly see water in there. Okay, let's go back to Mondstadt. Knock, knock, knock. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albeit the situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Varka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Would you mind giving me a moment, everyone? Private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
Fish, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya, as a favor to ask. Like Jean said, after the verdict we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept. He's been acting strange, and I can't read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigating the case? Yes, it's also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join the joint investigation? Are you sure? We're just adventurers after all. No, we'd like you to launch an investigation of your own. I'll continue working on his defense in the meantime. If you find anything that might help in this case, just let me know. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of doubt. Understood. I'll look into the case on my own. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Fish. You've never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
At least we have proof. Then you will have done Mondstadt a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial. Until then, you're welcome to have a look around. Albedo's office on the 2nd floor. I'm counting on you. Okay, I think that's the first time we're going to be able to get in the office. There's the 3rd floor. Oh my god.
Wait, Captain Kaya. Surely I can't just...
Shut the fuck up. These two are here on Jean's order. She asked them to investigate Albedo's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
Thank you. Riot. Is that your name? Riot?
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Yeah. Alright, I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you two to it. Good luck, you two.
Right back at ya.
Thanks, Kaya. So, let's investigate.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate the book. There's a stack of books on the desk, mostly relating to alchemy, environmental science, and life science. Some of the pages have been marked with alchemical symbols, and others have S-shaped or triangular symbols drawn on them. Any potential meaning is unclear.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Yeah, what do we have more? Oh, we can look around like this. What about this? We have a box. Investigation research. Research notes. Albedo's notes lie on the table. They resemble the ones you've seen before, but the contents are different this time. As always, the penmanship is impeccable. Careful and neat, with a certain elegance in this uniformity, much like the man himself. One of the notes reads, "Putrefaction should be regarded as a counter-simulation to the process of life, like a highly efficient and destructive spell of rot." Maybe he's dying, that's why he's researching this. Upon use, the target will decay within an extremely short period of time, turning into dust that is nearly invisible to the naked eye, before dissipating into the air. Damn, that doesn't look good. So, test tubes. There's a test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to it lies a neatly written note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but the current available materials are still insufficient to construct a stable structure.
Nope, no idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
And last we have this box, lockbox. A lockbox sits on the desk. The latch bears signs of wear, suggesting the importance of whatever lies within. The box likely remains locked most of the time. But now the lid remains wide open, as if the owner was forced to leave in a hurry and didn't have time to lock it. Perhaps the letter intercepted by the investigation was once stored here. The remaining content should hold much weight as conclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. In elegant penmanship, the letter says, "In addition, I do hope to have some information on the subject of our last discussion. The materials and arcane information required for human transmutation. The information in these records likely originate from the Canria heart of Chemia, but relevant documentation has not been well maintained over time, so I cannot guarantee there are no errors or omissions. As thanks for your past assistance, I've enclosed the records within this letter. But that does not mean I support your pursuit of this research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it's even possible to create a human whose existence is identical to your own. The idea, so who's speaking with him knows that what he is. The idea that the dynamic of creation could exist within the same species is a cause for concern. Even with a talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. The signature belongs to an unfamiliar name, one that also appears on the alchemy book nearby. You skim the preface and learn that the author is an old and accomplished alchemist. The person is likely a friend from Albedo's academic circle, someone who owed Albedo a favor but also urged him to refrain from conducting dangerous research."
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that?
Maybe he has a problem on himself.
Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Doesn't look good, but this letter can directly prove that Albedo did anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Okay, so we saw everything already. Why is this asking me to investigate? Already did everything.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Do I need to see this book again? Maybe. After moving the book, the test looks almost empty. Your hand slipped while moving the book, causing the hardcover to strike the desk. The resulting noise is a bit unusual. It's subtle, but to an experienced adventurer it sounds too hollow, almost like there's a compartment within the desk. Okay.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
Investigate the underneath the desk. There does appear to be a compartment added to one of the sides of the deck, so it's very well hidden. The lock mechanism is complex and seems to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps you could try using the power of Geo. The hidden compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Okay. Festering it is also a manifest of rot. When festering forces and a sufficient amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in an alchemical experiment, the results of the refinement were startling. Maybe it was really killing people, but it wasn't anyone, it was like clones of himself. Waking through the shackles of life, the simulation of project must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note mentioned festering forces, which suggests that Dragon's Spine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating synthetic life, would Abiro go that far for one of his experiments? No, that can't be. Amid the notes is a map with a few markings on it. Two of the marked locations correspond to the crime scenes, and the third appears to be in the Dragon's Spine. Okay. Okay. It's hard pill to swallow, but if the results of the investigation are correct, there could be a body hidden in that last location, or at the very least, what remains of one.
Huh. What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
It's going to ask us to go to Dragon's Spine, probably. Dodoko. Dodoko.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff alright. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
I see. So I'll be researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? You shared what you learned with 20. Not promising. We should be grateful. Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that is one of the Rhine daughter's creations, there'll be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhine daughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you. I don't think the handwriting was faked, and those notes also sounded like him. Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo? Yeah, absolutely I do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed
Yeah,
to
probably
talk
those
about
are
it.
experiments of
that must
his.
be it.
He's trying to create life, but that life dies accelerated, so he needs to dispose of the bodies. I don't know. Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it. Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts. Does that mean even Venti no longer believes in him? So if he's our friend, he should at least tell us the truth. Remaining objective, no, but it doesn't. He didn't do that because he has some alibis. Otherwise, he would be lying, and he doesn't lie. So it was a clone, or whatever. But the notes, maybe he made a clone of himself, and the clone is working with him, but it's lying. Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned.
Okay. What the fuck are you spying?
Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and
Are
wasn't
you
sure if I
spying?
should check who was inside.
So maybe they are clones and they are working together. So people that are strange are working together and this spying on us.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
He's a whooper flower.
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
But do we need to speak with... So we're going to see the one on Dragon Spine, right?
Quick as a flash. Whoa. We should be getting close. Oh, look over there. Something seems off.
So he always stomped the ground not to leave evidence, but now he didn't on the place, the only place we didn't, that wasn't found. Carefully examine the ground. Although everything's covered in snow, as a seasoned adventurer notices a spot on the ground that looks quite different from its surroundings. You remove the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and surrounding markings make it look like something was dug up. Did an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies, but this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole, or smooth out the ground like the other places?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Paimon. If one person did all this, why not remove the traces like the others? And if Albedo isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Oh, he probably planted bodies. So this one was a body that was born. So it's the three guys. It's that one that just heard us, the other girl that liked the look, and the other one that broke up. So they are the three clones. It did. I don't know if it's Albedo, but Red, what up? Bye. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
You tell Jean about your findings from Albedo's office. I see. I always believe that Albedo is innocent because he's a playable character. Of course, he's going to be innocent. Complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Albedo submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimal remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
If the victims turn out to be in Mondstadt citizens, the situation becomes all the more serious. The second trial would likely have to be open to the public, and I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
Second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all
Can I talk with Albedo? Can I talk with my friend that I'm trying to protect? Well said. When the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Can we just ask Albedo's what's up? He is spying again. Miles. Miles Morales. With the secret Spider-Man identity. Oh, we need to wait for 2 days. Alrighty then. 1, 2. So now we play the waiting game. It's my evil laugh. Yeah, of course Albedo is going to be innocent. Even if he did that, there's going to be an explanation and a reason, and it is not something bad. Okay? We what? Fucking Paimon? Why did you stop speaking? I have 2 new avatars, right? Aoife and Escoffier. Talk to Jean. Where is Jean? On her office. Jean, I waited here 2 days. Staying at the lobby. Ha! You too. Let me know if you're ready. And we'll head out. Ready? Yeah. Alright, follow me. And I didn't search anything in those 2 days. Ladies and gentlemen, we now converse for the second trial against Mr. Albedo. I, Jean Gunhilder, will once again oversee the proceedings. Representatives on both sides remain unchanged, and Mr. Dahlia will continue to reserve as successor. Miss Erta represents the prosecution, and Miss Cairo speaks on behalf of the defense. The defendant in this case is Mr. Albedo, captain of the investigation team. With that, I now bring this trial to order. Miss Erta. If Erta, it's from Genshin Impact, right? From Yonkai Rail. Miss Erta, have the investigators made any new discovery?
Yes. We sent the teeth and the femur bone found at the scene to the church's medical office, and were able to conclude that these are, in fact, human remains. In addition, the investigators were able to identify several Mondstadt citizens who appear to have been missing for quite some time. Forensic analysis of the remains allowed us to pinpoint the age and gender of the deceased. Interestingly, one of the missing individuals matches that profile to a T. The medical office couldn't spare the personnel, so Miss Rosaria is here to present the results to the court.
Enselman, male, 46 years old, marital status, single occupation, hunter, consistent with the conclusion in the last trial. His disappearance went unreported, likely due to his lack of relatives. In addition, medical records show that he sustained a mechanism-related injury to his leg 3 days ago. The damage on the femur bone Mr. Diluc found is consistent with such an injury. Therefore, we can conclude that one of the victims in this case is Enselman. Specialized technique was likely used to accelerate the rate of decomposition.
Is it reasonable to assume this technique to be alchemical in nature?
Alchemical or magical, both are possible.
Thank you for your testimony.
The identity of one of the victims is now confirmed. But what about the defendant's motive?
Considering what he wrote in the letter, we can deduce that the defendant needed subjects for an alchemy experiment. Who better than individuals whose disappearance would go unnoticed? In other words, he sacrificed the good people of Mondstadt for his own gain. A truly vile act. In addition, another witness has agreed to testify. Miss Donna, if you would.
This is one of the liars, right? Another one, huh?
Wait, Donna from the flower shop?
I'm sorry it took so long for me to come forward. But the night Master Diluc saw Mr. Albedo, I was there too.
She's lying.
I was camping with a friend and we decided to stop
Which
near
friend?
Dragonspine. I couldn't really get comfortable that night, so around dawn, I decided to go for a walk. And that's when I saw Master Diluc. I thought it might be nice to, you know, chat. So I headed in his direction and then I saw it. Someone at the bottom of the cliff was getting rid of a body.
This is the one that liked Diluc, right?
I was terrified the person might see me. Even after I fled, I couldn't shake that fear. And I started to wish I never had a crush on Master Diluc in the first place. If I hadn't wanted to talk to him, I would never have been in that situation. Well, I didn't want to come forward because I was scared. But Miss Hertha convinced me it was the right thing to do. I'm sorry it took me so long.
I see. Just stepping forward was brave enough, Miss Donna. The court thanks you for your courage and commitment to justice.
Yes. Thank you.
The two witnesses corroborate the same sequence of events. That just leaves the question of how the defendant disposed of the bodies.
I believe the answer lies in the alchemical technique mentioned in the letter. The defendant is the most accomplished alchemist in Mondstadt. He has the skill, no question.
Special investigator also uncovered some relevant evidence on that subject. I will now present in the court.
Does she mean...
The evidence we found in Albedo's office. The following are pieces of evidence uncovered in Mr. Albedo's office, the most important of which is this map. Yeah. This map was found with the defendant's notes. The markings correspond with the description in the letter and the locations of the crime scenes. Does this map belong to you? Yes. Were you the one who marked these locations? Yes. You do realize that that's basically an admission of guilt, do you? The evidence against you is nearly insurmountable. But did you mark them to bury something? Yeah, I bet he's cultivating human clones or something, which is not also good, but still. Since you uncovered that compartment, I might as well expound on the matter.
We have witnesses and physical evidence.
Let him talk, bitch.
What could you possibly say in your defense?
What I always have. I never killed a single person.
You have some nerve. Saying
Maybe he
that when the
doesn't
evidence
consider
is
those
stacked against
persons.
you?
Miss Erta, you have presented a meticulous and convincing case. I'll give you that, but I will not admit to something I didn't do.
So, what? You're just going to bombard the court with excuses?
That's a rather dismissive way to refer to an innocent man speaking in his own defense. Besides, I'm not making excuses, I'm exerting patience.
That won't make the charges against you disappear, Mr. Albedo.
Perhaps not, but patience comes with its own reward. It's easy for things to remain buried in snow until someone comes along and brushes it away. Albedo seems serious but unfazed. Does that mean he really didn't do anything untoward? You mentioned brushing off the snow. Is that supposed to be a hint? If it was a hint, then it must have something to do with Dragonspine. Which reminds me, one of the locations marked on the map we found was in Dragonspine, wasn't it? Fish, you were the one who uncovered the notes, right? Then I'm assuming you visited the location marked on the map as well. Yes. Can you tell us what you found? You do not had... Oh, maybe those... Do not add and give an honest account of the scene you found on Dragonspine. Whatever was kept in the hole was gone. The surrounding areas before the marking of an unknown creature with everything covered in snow. No one knew there was something to discover in the first place.
Then, there must also have been a body.
I need to think about this. What clues am I missing? The marked location in Dragon's we only knew about it because we found a map hidden in the compartment. During our investigations, Paimon and I discovered a hole beneath the snow big enough to hide a human body. There were also claw marks around the outside, but there was no body or any remains whatsoever. First marked location in Mondstadt. Beatrice saw Albedo use alchemy to dig a hole and bury a body there. Single man shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes nearby. Taken together, this evidence seems to suggest Albedo killed someone and concealed the body. The second marked location is with Dragonspine and Don Weiner, where Deluxe saw Albedo bury the body of an adult male. Deluxe described nearly the same events as Beatrice. There's no reason for them to collude against Albedo, so their testimony should be trustworthy. Deluxe found teeth and femur bone at the scene, and Donna confirmed this version of events because she was also there that night. The two should have no reason to set up Albedo. Despite her crush, Donna wouldn't lie about something like that just to get Deluxe's attention. Not to mention, Donna has been acting strange since before the trial. According to the forensic results, the teeth and femur bone belonged to a Mondstadt citizen, and the witness account suggests that Albedo was the last person to come into contact with his body. Did Albedo really use alchemy to reduce the body to a few bones, and does that mean he's the killer? The difference between the marked locations. Albedo marked those 3 locations on the map found in the hidden compartment. There are some similarities and differences between them. Based on what we know, all 3 locations were likely used to hide bodies. The holes dug in each area certainly seem big enough. But unlikely the first 2 locations, there were claw marks around the hole in the 3rd location, and no witnesses saw anything happen there. Dragonspine is home to all manner of monsters and wild animals. Could some kind of creatures have dug up the body? But why wasn't that the case in the other location? So maybe it's a monster that transformed into Albedo because he knew someone was watching to frame him. The 3rd location, the monster didn't transform because there wasn't anyone nearby. The marks didn't look fresh, which means the hole at the 3rd location was been there longer than the other 2. But if the hole at the 3rd location wasn't made around the same time, does that mean it's connected to a separate incident? Most people know Albedo as an alchemist and the captain of the investigation team, but in truth he's Creed Prince, synthetic human created by one of the 5 sinners, called Reindottir. Albedo is steadfast, intelligent, and treats everyone with kindness and respect. I think most people would agree with that assessment. He also is a calculated thinker. It's fair to say that if he didn't commit the crime, it would likely be well concealed. Up until now, Albedo has never displayed any ill will toward humanity, and he also still seems like his normal self. As his friend, I shouldn't reveal the truth about his identity. That would only make things worse for him. Dragonspine has a frigid climate and it's covered in snow all year round. Even so, it's home to various monsters and creatures that can withstand the cold. Deep within the mountain lies the remains of an even more mysterious creature, Durin. Although the dragon has been dead for a long time, he still possesses a peculiar life energy. Now that I think about it, a lot of strange things have happened on Dragonspine. Let's associate. Did the dragon possessed someone? Encounters on the Dragonspine? I almost forget. Paimon and I once encountered someone on Dragonspine who looked exactly like Albedo. And we weren't the only ones. Wait a second. Someone who looks exactly like him. I'm guessing Albedo has a plan, so I should help him out. But what does he want me to do? Announce a break in the case? No, I should play it safe. Since I made an honest assessment of the facts, I should be honest about my doubts too. It's only fair. Besides, I think I understand what Albedo was trying to tell me just now. I'd like to address the court, if I may. I was on the one who investigated the office, and I believe the results raised a few questions. Regarding the two cases addressed in the previous trial, it was established that after disposing of the bodies, the defendant used alchemy to restore the ground to its original state, but that wasn't the case at the third location. The hole was still there, with dirt scattered around the perimeter. It looked more like something had been dug up. If this was all done by one person, why wasn't the third scene given the same treatment as the others? Why weren't the traces removed? In addition, the markings around the third location weren't fresh, which suggests that the dragon spine incident happened at a different time. For those reasons, I believe there's still reasonable doubt in this case, and I hope the verdict reflects that. Thank you. Astute as ever, Fish.
Questions there may be, but allow me to point out, there is no evidence to suggest that anyone besides the defendant knew about the third location, and the map was found in his notes. That fact alone makes him the most plausible suspect, unless Mr. Albedo suddenly plans to deny that the map belongs to him.
Allow me to respond to Fish's point. If all I cared about was proving my innocence, I would indeed do as you described, Mr. Certain, and deny any connection to that stamp, to that map. But that is not how I intend to do. The map does belong to me, and I did hide things at those three locations.
What?
There were indeed bodies at each location, and I did kill and bury someone on Dragon Spawn.
So you admit it. Let the record reflect that the defendant has confessed to his crimes.
Calm down, bitch. You're mistaken, Miss Serta. The story doesn't end there. Some time ago, I encountered an uninvited guest on Dragonspine, someone who wanted to take advantage of the deserted nature of the region to eliminate me in secret. His desire to kill me led to an altercation where I killed him instead and buried the body on the mountain, the third location marked on the map. Oh, so...
Actually, the traveler Amber Bennett and I were with Albedo that day. The Adventurers Guild was holding an event on Dragonspine. After it ended, we all left the area. If the person Albedo is referring to is different from the one we encountered
resurrected.
on the mountain, then the altercation must have occurred after we left.
So it's the clone again.
This only proves that the defendant is guilty on all counts. Those innocent people, their blood is on your hands.
Oh, so the Whooperfall was resurrected and is making another clones and kill two people? And replace them by clones? No, you're wrong.
After admitting to murder for the whole court to hear?
It was a
clearly lost your
Whopper
mind.
flower, dude. If you would let me finish, Mr. Arta, I could get to the important part. Shut up, bitch! The man who attacked me on Dragonspine was my height, with blonde hair and blue eyes, dressed in clothes nearly identical as mine. So, someone who happens to look exactly like you? Exactly like him? So, I was right. It does come back to that, what happened back then.
It's one thing to look similar, but for the clothes to be the same?
What's going on? I don't want to be here anymore.
Regardless, the important thing is that you admit to killing someone
It
on
was not a
Dragonspine.
person. Yes, I killed someone that day, someone who looked nearly identical to me. But I never said that someone was a person. I see, then it appears I need to withdraw my testimony.
What?
Everyone! I brought her!
Wait, you...
The person who just came in, isn't that Hertha?
What's going on here?
Who are you? Why do you wear my face? Hello to you too.
As you can see, this is Erta, the logistic captain of the Knights of
I
Favonius.
see what's going on here. It's all been leading up to this, hasn't it? Your confession. It was all an elaborate stunt to set me up. You want to undermine my credibility? Fine. It doesn't eliminate the mountain of evidence stacked against you. All I want is justice for the people of Mondstadt.
Order in the court! I've been stationed on Dragonspine all these years because that is where the subject of my research lies, the dragon Durin. Several hundred years ago, the Dragon of the East, Valdin, defeated Durin in battle and, with the help from Barbados, sealed his remains on Dragonspine. Durin was created through alchemy, one of the finest specimens of artificial lives. As such, that was not a true end for him. His heart still beats and grows more revitalized by the day. My imposter on Dragonspine was a failed specimen abandoned in Durin's stomach, and an unsuccessful iteration of the homunculus project.
Homunculus?
Whoa.
Are you trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of homunculus? Because it looks to me like the artificial one is standing right there. Some kind of imposter you dragged in from Dragonspine. So this is what I look like when I fly off the handle. You know, they say imitation is the best form of flattery. But your impersonation has overstayed its welcome. Master Jean, what are you waiting for? We've known each other for so long. You recognize the real me, don't you?
The two of you look identical, but judging based on demeanor, the new arrival actually seems more like the Arta I know.
That means nothing. By that logic, I could just as easily accuse the Albedo in this room of being an imposter. How do we know he isn't the fake one? A cold-blooded killer who replaced the real Albedo long ago. Then, how about something only the real Hertha would know? The longest scar on my body. The knights who fought alongside me that day should remember where it is.
It's in the boobs.
I remember. Let's hear your answer.
I'd like to hear Miles' answer first.
Huh?
He's also a clone, yeah.
You don't know? Or you don't remember? I heard you've been acting strange these days. Disoriented? Confused? You were closer to me than anyone during that battle. And yet you don't remember a thing. Strange indeed.
No, my head.
The scar is right here.
Why the nerves? I can't imagine this comes as a surprise. Unless your informant in the Night of Avernus failed to mention the scar on Urta's left arm.
Albedo has done a lot of research into beings like you. If you deny it, then show us your arm.
No need to panic, you can just add it now. You excel at changing your appearance, don't you? Or I should say, all spawns of Durin's life force have that ability. A powerful life force and appearance you can change at will. Yet, there you stand, formless one, paralyzed to act, because you're worried using that power could affect your accomplices. Accomplices? Then Miles must be one of them. There are others too. Most of the beings under their influence during his life force have gathered here, and yet their presence is what impedes her from taking action. Once you attempt to transform, all who surround you will be affected by your power. You can't control it because in this network of living beings you serve as the core.
Show us your arm. Ugh! Have it your way!
Whoa!
Come on, let's go!
What? That guy too? What? So many?
They're shielding the imposter!
She's trying to get away. Stop her. Don't let anyone stand in our way.
There are others trying to get in. Must be more people under her control.
Whoa, so many. Time to get moving, everyone. But the captains are here.
After her!
It's time. Are they trying to replace the old city? All units move out. Third company, keep on the imposter's trail. We finally have a chance to talk, but before I explain the events of the past few days, I'd like to make a few things clear. Okay, he was doing that to reunite them in here. Probably Jean knew that, which was a bummer. She didn't say it to us, so we got played. First, I never killed any of my fellow citizens, and I never used human remains as a part of a chemical experiment. Second, the events of the past few days were all part of a plan. Most of the members of our order were in on it. As for the witness, Master Luke picked up on the situation long before today's proceedings. Whoa, that's quite an involved plan. Indeed, follow me. Okay. What?
What? How are there monsters in the city?
They are all monsters from Dragonspine. An attack is imminent, but fear not. We've been preparing for this. We've been monitoring the resurgence of Durin's life force. Its festering nature agitated these monsters. We knew it was only a matter of time before they advanced on Mondstadt, and so we made preparations for an inevitable battle. I was hoping you two could join me and provide assistance in battle to come.
Of course. Where's our first stop?
The top of the city hall. The city wall. What? Oh, I need to go.
Running late again. Hey, Venti!
Shoot, someone's coming. Help me, please, someone help me.
What's with the freak out? It's just us.
Ah, perfect, I can drop the act. Sorry, though. Thought you were regular citizens. It's about time. I think we can proceed as planned. I agree. Although it's been a while since I dealt with something this big, it's going to be pretty exhausting. Don't worry, I'll treat you for a drink for your trouble. Haha, just what I wanted to hear.
So, these two know the other's identity then?
People can make new friends when you're not here, you know? Monsters started searching in the Dragonspine during the trial. They soon became agitated, like in response to the core coming under pressure. Still, I never expected those monsters to have become this advanced. The power of evolution cannot be underestimated, especially considering that the fact that Durin absorbed the previous imposter.
Wait, so what about the map? And the missing bodies?
What the witness saw was true. I did hide those bodies as I monitored the situation in Dragonspine. I noticed that many who ventured there came back different. Some were under the influence of Durin's power, but the less fortunate ones had already been devoured by the monsters, who then assumed their appearances to infiltrate the city. Most of those who were replaced had no close relatives, so when their behavior changed, there was no one to notice. The monsters used their disguise to get close to people. I eliminated two who attempt to attack.
What about the remains D-Luke found? Did they belong to one of the victims?
That's why their bodies disappeared fast. Yes, the monsters slowly digest their victims. Sometimes they even left behind body parts to aid the transformation. All that remains of the first victim was a few strands of hair, and the second, some teeth and bone. The only bodies Albedo destroyed were the monster's mimic forms. Then he buried whatever remains of the victims to put them to rest. Well, someone had to do it. Besides, I managed to gather some valuable data on the putrefaction of the bodies. After we defeated that doppelganger Whooper Flower on Dragspine, we promised to tell each other a story, remember? He told me the story of a gardener, I remember. I'm glad then. You remember what I told you about Subject 2? In this pursuit to replace Subject 1, he transformed a Whooper Flower into Subject 3. So there was another imposter on Dragonspine that way. Yes, that would be Subject 2. I confronted him and buried his body on Dragonspine. So, you see, at one point there was something hidden in that hole you found. But Durin is becoming more vitalized by the day. Under the influence of this power, the monsters dug up Subject 2's body and returned it to Durin's stomach. Durin absorbed the failed creation along with his knowledge and a way of thinking. Ever since then, all creatures spawned from his power had an ability to transform their appearances. Humans who venture into Dragonspine too long are also bound to fall under Durin's influence, but those effects don't show themselves right away, and the extent to which a person has been affected are to perceive. You saw it for yourself, didn't you? All the people acting strange, those are the same people who just tried to break into the Knights of Avenue's headquarters. Durin's power remained dormant within them until finally it surged to the surface and seized control. That was also our goal. If we could force a situation where the imposters had no choice but to unleash that power, all those under its influence would become violent, and thus we would know who was affected.
Wait, so
Yeah, there were a lot more.
we can't go around hurting innocent people.
That's why I'm here. It would make me look bad if I just lazed around after promise to help. We will use the power of an animal to restrain them for now. That should give the knights the chance to subdue them without harm. A specialized team will deal with them later. Alright, that's the long and short of the situation. It's time to activate that thing, right? Yes, so if there are little secrets other people should know, my identity for example, keep it for yourself, okay? Alright, this should do it. It's going to do a mega fucking power.
Wind currents? Paimon's never seen this many.
There should be wind currents across the whole city. Everyone, can you hear me? Loud and clear. All units, what's your stats?
All good. We have enough manpower to provide support. Requesting assistance at the side gate. Heading over now.
Whoa! It's long-distance wind communication! How is that even possible?
It's all thanks to Lord Barbatos. With its blessing we will succeed in defending our city. Actually, if you face away from the currents and whisper like this, no one can hear you.
No wonder you're crouching down there like you have something to hide.
You didn't have to broadcast that.
Huh? That voice. Venti? Is that you?
Oops.
I knew it. Oh, you know, just a morning bard calling for help. Thank goodness Fish Pieman and Albedo found me. Got me out of a tough spot. Heh. Ah, right. Now that you're okay, we should check on the status of other areas. Thanks, friend. May the Anemo Archon protect you. How the fuck did you get up there? I've got things covered here. I don't like being in the middle of like this, especially on a bridge. Oh, look who it is. Ice versus ice. Get back! Whew, that was a close one. I suppose things are in order, Master Diluc. I appreciate that help. No need. I didn't intervene to save you. It was for my own convenience. You were in the way. Oh, well, let me get out of your hair then. Suppose we could work together, but you wouldn't just melt my ice anyway. Suit yourself. Haha, alright, tell me, when did you notice something was off? The first trial. Because of the fake Arta? No, because of you. Me? What did I do? My defense wasn't passionate enough? No, you weren't nervous enough. Tell me, then, Master Diluc, when do you think I actually get nervous? Suppose we'll see it, won't we? Monsters incoming. On the second thought, best not to think about it.
So sorry. Dodge this. Time for retribution.
Freeze! Verdictus! Ha! Ha!
Ouch!
Dodge this! This way will be frozen.
So I had a side quest to kill the monsters, but I came right to Venti. No problem. If you had time to make it out there, I'm guessing the other areas are secure.
Can't be here because we care?
Maybe this was just the closest spot to the city gate. Maintaining control over the main road means maintaining control over the battle as a whole. You made the right choice.
So what's the status over here?
All under control, don't worry. My trusty civilian volunteer and I have this area controlled. I think you mean the man who held the title of cavalry captain before you? We don't have to bring that up. We'll keep up the good work. We'll go check on the status of other locations. Good luck. Oh, and I wanted to thank you for what you said in court. If I'm not mistaken, you were on my side by the end. Believe me, his head is suspicious since the first trial. Suppose it just didn't feel right to believe that someone who helped me in the past could be a cold-blooded killer.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Thank you for trusting me and for choosing to fight along us. As for you, Kaya, good work as always. We'll see you soon. Of course, stay safe. Oh, these are people that are hurt. Get close to Unjiro Knights of Avon and Barbara has a mental skill to heal them. Cool.
Let's dance.
Need to wait.
Let the show begin.
All healed. Alright, you should be on the mend.
Thank you so much, Miss Barbara. Things are still quite chaotic outside. It's best if you all remain inside the cathedral for now.
You're not rushing back out on the front line, are you? You're still injured.
Don't worry, Miss Barbara. I'll try not to put myself in harm's way. I can help with the logistics from the back.
Well, maybe we could give you a hand. As you said, the situation outside is chaotic. Injured parties should not be left unattended. There are others here who need to get back to the front line, so I'll escort you all myself.
Of course. Thank you, Miss Rosaria.
Just doing my job. I'll leave the cathedral to you then, Barbara. You can count on me. I don't really know how all of this started, but I do know that Jin and the others have been preparing for this for a really long time, so I think everything will be alright. No, it has to be. Did I catch you at a bad time, Barbara? No, not at all. Did you need something? I just wanted to tell you that over the next few days a lot of things are going to happen in Mondstadt, attacks and fighting, so I need you to take care of yourself. Huh? How do you know that? Albedo warned us in advance. It was something to do with Dragonspine and is our authority on that region, so we should take him at his word. Dragonspine? Huh? So the city is going to be in danger? Yes, but the Knight of Avernus will do whatever we can to protect the people. But then, who will protect you? Don't worry, I'll look out for myself, I promise. Please, let them be okay out there. Sister Barbara, could you lend me a hand? Ah, of course, coming. Pretty Grace. Boom. Bennett, okay. The cat lady is one we didn't saw. The one that works at the coffee. They're here, prepare for battle. On guard, everyone. Incoming monsters at 11 o'clock. Klee also. Looks like we've got 25 elite trolls, 2 blazing axe militias, and a bunch of different slimes. Prepare elemental countermeasures. Roger that. So they are kids. That's why maybe they don't appear. What?
Final warning. You had your chance. So now's our chance.
This is how you do it.
No one escapes my sights.
Yeah, providing cover fire. Huh? Let's keep going, team.
All units are now in position.
Hertha! Oh, jeez, your voice scared me just now.
What? Still caught up in the imposter incident? I thought you knew about the plan.
Well, after you up and disappeared one day, all Master Jean told me was that you'd be gone for a while on an important mission, and that it'd be better if people thought you were dead. And then, what do you know? Someone who looks exactly like you appears out of nowhere 2 days later. If Master Jean hadn't told me about your mission, I would have fallen for it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, that's quite a scary thought. I get chills just thinking about it. A monster replacing someone close to you and you're none of the wiser. Don't worry, once this is over, the monsters won't be a threat to us again. Albedo, are you okay? The trial wasn't too hard on you, was it? I'm sorry I couldn't be there. I was so worried. Same here. I thought it was all real at one point. I was in a complete shock. So you did know Amber. Then it seems Ella did an excellent job at keeping the situation under wraps. And no need to worry, you two. I'm no worse for wear. That sounds like Ella, alright. She's like an impenetrable wall, that one. You're not getting a secret out of her.
Yeah, for sure. She's someone you can really
For sure.
Wait, so how did you decide Hertha should disappear again? After all this fighting, I can't seem to get it straight.
It was Kaya's suggestion. He said the plan would work best with someone well known and reputable without being too high profile. Naturally, Miss Hertha was the perfect choice. We needed to leave a hole in our organization, so she came up with the idea that she would disappear. So that explains the rumor that someone had fallen during a mission. Of course, it didn't take long for that to get resolved. No, because the imposter fell right into our trap. It was all part of the plan. First, we spread the rumor that Hertha was missing in action after some kind of incident. The news came from Kaya and Hertha's direct subordinates, which was important because we needed it to be credible. The imposter saw the gap in our ranks and couldn't help but take the bait. It didn't take long for the fake Hertha to appear at the night on the night's patrol route, claiming to have survived their mission.
When did that happen?
Over 6 months ago.
Whoa,
What?
so this has been a long time in the making.
Yes, and our enemy was more meticulous than we expected. Monsters have been searching for Hertha's body in order to protect the imposter's identity, which is a more advanced way of thinking than Subject 2. So we had to wait enough to convince the fake Hertha that she had our trust. Furthermore, we need to give her time to gather evidence against me and convince herself she had enough to strike.
How did the Knight's internal information even reach Durin and his monsters?
There's an informant among our ranks.
Don't worry, Barbatos already tracked her down. She doesn't have his blessing, so she can't hear what we're talking about right now.
Honestly, this whole situation almost gave
Who's
Paimon
her?
a heart attack. All those awful accusations in the first trial, and you couldn't even defend yourself!
It was to be expected. I could just reveal the truth. It had to be at the right moment, or it would have given the imposters even more fuel to use against me. She would have demanded to know how I knew about Dragonspine and the monsters in disguise, and if my true identity got out, the public trust in me would be gone. It was a trap, you see. Argue back and expose my origins, or keep my mouth shut and be seen as a murderer. Credit where credit is due. It was well thought out.
Yeah, thank goodness we were able to back her into a corner.
Indeed, and I have you to thank for that, Fish. You probably don't know it, but you've been a part of the plan since the beginning. Me? But I didn't even know there was a plan. And for that you have my sincere apologies. I know I kept you in the dark, but I had a reason. This might not sound intuitive, but I did it to make the plan even stronger. From the beginning I knew I had to leave the letters in my office for a fair and independent reader to discover. Someone willing to seek the truth. Naturally, I thought of you. I knew you would return for Windbloom. I knew you would agree to attend the trial. And I knew your sense of responsibility and justice as an honorary knight would compel you to start your own investigation. The fake Eartha subject to has met you on Dragonspine before. If she thought even you had lost faith in me, her confidence might get the best of her. The perfect time for us to strike. Albedo's right, you were part of our plan from the start. I hope you don't take offense at our decision to keep that from you. And please, don't be too hard on Albedo. He was just doing his best to look out for Mondstadt. Enough people were involved in the plan as it was. We had no other choice. The Honorary Knight and Paimon will always be friends of Mondstadt. We will never forget that.
Aw, that means a lot.
You guys used me. In that case, thank you for thinking of me. It was an honor to take part. It is us who should be thanking you, Honorary Knight. Okay, at least...
Wait, was that you just now? Let's go to the side gate to check it out.
What's in here? Oh, okay, there she is. Diona. Oh, we can do this now. These darn things are more annoying than disgusting booze hounds. I'll be the fish. If you run into anyone who needs a safe place to wait this out, feel free to send them to the cat's tail. I'll be here to watch over things, so the tavern will be safe. Thank you, Diona. We'll be sure to do just that. Okay.
It's you.
You're in for a little...
Moments of birth.
Let's save all the people. Lisa, phew, it's been a while since I unleashed my lightning during Windbloom.
It happened a lot before?
Unleashing lightning on people? Ha! No. Once in a while maybe. It sure feels good to let loose though. My old professor even wrote to me about that a few days ago. Of course I made sure to emphasize that I always treat others with kindness. It's only natural for a student to inherit their teacher's way. After all, and mine was a gentle old man from the Spantamad school. So you see, this time I only used... What? This time I'll use gentle methods of electrocution, so gentle even Jin will have no reason to intervene.
Huh. Gentle electrocution.
Kinky. You seem to be in good spirits, Miss Lisa. Well, it's good to move about every once in a while. Okay, someone saved. Go to Mondstadt side gate.
Running late again.
Let's do the side quest. Bennett! This is the blind girl?
When I saw you on the side of the road, I thought you were hurt. Not about to whack me in the head.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry about that. I was trying to run away, but I just couldn't keep going, so I pretended to be unconscious. Thought I could at least land a surprise hit on a monster that way.
I get it. That's a pretty common tactic. Oh, Traveler, Albedo, you're here.
If you're looking for somewhere safe, head to the Cat's Tail. Dion is sheltering people there. Anyone who needs help is welcome.
Got it. I'll take her there right away.
Okay, nice.
Running late again. Someone needs assistance.
Burst forth. Live! Witness my great undertaking.
Leave it up to me. Time to clean up. Someone needs assistance.
Come into peace.
Dada Kundala. Thanks for the help. That was over a lot faster than I expected. I'm sure you have places to be, so don't let me keep you. Rest assured, I'll keep the people around here safe. Be careful out there. I know victory will be ours. Okay, so all side quests. We saw everyone. I think we saw all Mondstadt characters.
Running late again.
Now let's go to the side gate.
Keep pushing.
It's all my fault. I knew Klee
Ah,
was
Klee.
fast, but disappearing like this.
He's the only one we
I
haven't
only
saw.
lost sight of her for 1 second. How am I going to explain this to Albedo?
Explain what?
I already mentioned that we didn't saw Diona and Klee. But yeah, Klee is the only one we didn't saw yet.
Albedo, Traveler, Paimon, what brings you here?
We're providing mobile support across the region. Was there something you need to explain? You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Yeah. Plus, we kinda already heard what you said.
Just tell us there's nothing to be afraid of.
Klee, she disappeared right under my nose. I'm sorry. I'm doing all I can to find her.
I see. Please don't beat yourself up. Klee is...
Something's coming this way, and it doesn't look pretty.
Alright, fighting first, conversation later.
She was right next to me, and the next thing I knew, she ran off somewhere. I swear I only lost sight of her for a second. Beg for mercy.
Burst forth. Moments of burst.
Those bombs. I see what you mean. She's not to be underestimated. More speed.
We won! Oh, she was there throwing bombs. Great work, Lee. I'll be counting on you to protect Ella next time too.
Albedo, you can't be serious.
No problem, just leave it to Klee. Are you going on patrol, Mr. Albedo? Klee heard you went camping for a few days and these monsters followed you back home.
Camping. Ah, right. The truth isn't suitable for little ears.
That's right, so I need to report back to Master Jean to settle my expense. If you have some time, I'm sure Ella will be grateful if you escorted her back to the headquarters as well.
Of course. I place myself in your capable hands, Spark Knight.
Hehe, it will be an honor. Clea will do her best. Okay. We need to go. Jean. That should be it for now. Good work, everyone. How did we fare injury-wise? Good, our preparations paid off. Injuries are few and far between. I have the full record here. Wonderful, I'll review it in a bit. All over? Everyone alright?
Amber?
I was hoping for a big-ass fight at the end. Yep, right as rain. We're back. Clee kept Miss Ella safe the whole way. That's amazing, Clee. Ella was lucky to have you. Looks like we're still missing a few. Reporting back, Master Jean. Mission complete. Good to have you back. Safe and sound. And great work, everyone. This operation could not have happened without you all. Your leadership is what made it possible, Master Jean. It's been a busy few days. You should take a well-deserved break. I will, but I believe you deserve one most of all. My work isn't finished, I'm afraid. I have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends? Ah, yes, of course. Let's go to Dragon Spy. We can talk about it back at the headquarters. Fish and Paimon should be there too. Alright, everyone who has finished their work should head back to their quarters or to the church to get some rest. Wanna come with us, Clee? We can drink some tea and eat some freshly baked moon pies. Yes, yes. Okay. Hi everyone. Jean doesn't know Venti is Barbados, right? Venti, thank you for everything. I know there were difficult moments along the way. Oh well, wait, does that mean you saw me running for my life? Ah, no, apologies. Just forget I said anything. Haha, just kidding, but you're right, it was tough out there. I almost lost my head to the wind several times. Any notable information on the wind? Of course, I was out on the city wall for quite some time. I heard all sorts of things. As for something notable, well, I picked up an anxious voices and a child's anger. Durin has been isolated for centuries, but observing subjects whose emotions allowed him to understand certain truths about this world and his existence, including the fact that he is no longer mother's only child, or her most perfect creation. It's obvious he found that fact difficult to accept. The emotions he felt in response were quite genuine and, dare I say, human. If I eliminate the perfect creation, I will be the only child mother needs. This mindset arose out of Durin's instinct to compete and survive, and came to dominate all those around him. Of course, the absorption of Subject 2 knowledge allowed him to take a more intelligent approach, accusing me of murder. In the end, however, Durin still lacks sufficient social intelligence. The fact that his army even got this far is a miracle.
Oh, no wonder Venti sensed a child's anger through the wind.
That same feeling is its close. Phonia. Hi, Miss Phonia, here to make your report?
Oh, Nothing much to report.
Phonia? She's a phony? She's not the real one. Is that so? During the battle, we were talking about your transfer to the 7th Company. You were in charge of patrols in post-battle reconnaissance this time. How did everything go?
No problems.
That was a lie. I see. If you don't mind me ask you, why did you come from that direction and why are you alone? Did you think we were still meeting at the side gate? There was changes of plans. We sent a message over the wind in the last few minutes of the battle. There were a lot of changes during the operation, but I imagine you missed those as well, because you're under Durin's influence, and you have been since your trip to Dragonspine over 6 months ago. But she's the real one? She's not a copy, but she's under Durin's influence. Don't move. Let's continue this discussion back at headquarters. Don't be scared. I'll figure out a way to free you from his power soon. Yeah, she's the real deal. Ooh, achievement. Got some free primals. How much? How much? How much? 5. Fend off the monsters of the Snowy Mountain together with your companions. Yeah, that's a cool mission because we saw all Mondstadt characters. Of course, there's more coming out, but what's this? What's that? Ooh, yeah. Ah, oh, very good. Let's talk to Jin. Alright, the others are looking after Phonia. Please tell me you can help her. I can, as long as the rest of the operation goes well.
Wait, the operation isn't over. What do we do now?
Dragonspine. What happens next is more of a personal project. I've consulted Venti about the possibility of calling tripartite conference. Ah yes, that's a relative new tradition. Grandmaster Varka came up with the idea a few years ago. I still remember when he approached me about asking the lovely ladies of the Exenzirkel for a small favor. The chaminess caught me off guard. If I hadn't known any different, I'd have thought he was talking about his older sisters or something.
Older sisters? Is Varka really young or something?
I wouldn't exactly call me young, but he's not old either. He's a type of... Yeah, I was imagining him more like that. He's type to crack a joke at every opportunity. So whatever age that is, indeed. That's all ages. Anyway, the tripartite conference is a gathering of 3 parties: the Exenkerkel, the Animarchan, and the joint forces of the Knights of in Church of Favonius. Okay, so it's me, Exenkerkel, okay. Lord Barbatos was able to facilitate a meeting between Varka and the mages. Varka has quite a way with words, so he was able to gain their favor and convince them to agree to a very important request. Namely, that in Mondstadt's greatest time of need, the mages will return and lend their aid to our nation. Yes, and now I have a request of my own, so I need the conference to convene once again. Venti, if you would. Of course, Fish, pass me the Dodo communication device.
Huh? You're gonna use that thing to call them?
Yep. Hehe, just watch and learn. Okay, I think this should do it. Dododododoko. Dodododododoko. Dodododododoko. Dododododoko. Dododododoko.
What's that ringing? Is it the wind or something?
This is Varka's voice. Hold on, that's not the right voice.
Wait. Barbados?
Varka? Grandmaster? Oops, I put in the wrong numbers. Sorry, Varka. You're probably busy right now.
But considering I'm surrounded on both sides with a group on my tail looking to turn me into mincemeat, yeah, I'd say so.
Ah, yes, well, have fun with that. We can talk some other time.
Alright, pass along my regards. Oh, and I still owe you for those drinks, don't I?
He has an older voice.
Stash. I keep it in...
Oops. Well, probably he likes to drink too. Barbatos. Jean knows.
Hey! He was just about to tell us where to find his secret stash!
Don't tell me he hid beneath the great tree of Windrise. That seems like a bit much. Dodoko. Come on, man. Failed.
Hello?
Oh, this is Klee's mother. Greetings, Miss Alice. It's Venti.
Venti? Nope, it doesn't ring a bell.
You're really gonna tease me like this? Fine, it's Barbatos.
Apologies, just a bit of fun. What can I do for you, dear Barbatos?
You still remember the tripartite conference, right? I'm calling on behalf of a friend. He's asking for a meeting.
Oh? And which brave soul is it this time?
The Traveler. I know. It's me, Aunt Alice. Albedo, captain of the Knight of Avoni's investigation team. Request a formal meeting with the Exon Circle.
And what is your wish, dear Albedo?
I want to accomplish something unprecedented.
How unprecedented. Something even your mother Rhine-daughter never accomplished?
In terms of technique, no. But in terms of location and materials, yes.
Okay, that makes no sense.
You've piqued my interest. I'll be right there.
Right? Where? Here? Is he in this office?
Hello again, everyone.
What? No, this is not her. Not her final form. Hello, Aunt Alice. See you've returned yourself into a giant Dodoko.
Darling, isn't it? It even has its own hat.
Her hat looks like... she might be an older, cooler, fiery version of Mona, which is cool.
Wow, the attention to detail.
Pleasure to see you all again. It's been a while. On behalf of the Hexen Circle, I hereby grant Albedo's request. I'm guessing you still need to prepare? Take your time. Just come find me at the long table when you're ready.
Okay.
Aw, that's nice of you.
I suppose it's just my nature, darling.
Thank you, Aunt Alice. Aunt Alice. Before we set out, there's something you need to meet. Head to my office. He's waiting for you there. What?
Hey, have you ever wondered why Albedo always keeps his office closed? I'm on bets there's a secret snack stash hidden around here somewhere.
What the hell is this? A dragon? Mini Durin. Hey, not so loud.
Mini Turin? What are you doing here?
I don't remember this guy. Well, actually, I've kind of been helping the guys in secret this whole time. I tried tapping Paimon on the shoulder during the battle, but you floated away too fast. You were there? Yeah, I've been in Mondstadt for a few days now, but I've kept myself out of sight. I thought people might be scared of me.
Oh, don't worry. We aren't scared of you.
Hehe, thanks.
So, what brings you here? Oh, is it Windbloom? There are a ton of fun games this time of year.
I did sneak off to the festival for a bit. Even though I couldn't play the games because of all the people, I still had a lot of fun. But that's not why I'm here. Albedo and I made a promise to accomplish something greater together.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna replace the Durin on Dragonspine. I'm gonna be the one who is revived and brought into this world.
Wait.
But you are alive.
Didn't that already happen? You left the storybook world, and now you're here.
Sorry. I should be more specific. Albedo said he can use alchemy to turn me into a human.
What?
Oh, new playable character. Human transmutation, so you're Albedo's intended subject? Yeah, he's been working on it for a long time.
And that's what you want, Mini Durin? To become human?
Yeah, I think I already wanted it. I don't know if I want is the right word. I don't even know if there's a right answer in this situation like this. But I do know this. I have just as much of a right to this name. I don't want to lose the other Durin. Becoming human isn't as simple as just changing form. Yeah. I know, Albedo talked to me about that. He said the Durin on Dragonfire is a lot more aggressive and primitive, almost like a beast. But Mom created me in the storybook to pure parts of me can balance out the evil parts of him. If I'm honest, I don't know what that will look like if I can still be me once I become one with that part of him. Maybe without a complete soul, there was never really a me to begin with. Albedo said these kinds of questions are normal. We're all just trying to figure out who we are. Yeah, Albedo has the same questions, of course, but had a lot more time to think of it. But I'm not afraid of change. I want my life to have meaning, and suppressing an evil dragon becoming human both sound pretty meaningful to me. So don't worry, no one is forcing me to make this choice.
Well, turning you into a human sounds like a huge project. No wonder Albedo wants to get the mage's approval.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to him. We're kind of in the same boat, you know. Albedo told me he's the Crown Prince, a synthetic human, and if this works, I'll be one too. We will be the only two of our kind in the whole world, alchemical creations allowed to live in human form. If all living things are grouped together by species, and there's only one other person like me in this world, I guess that makes us family.
Definitely. You've just got to trust one another. Actually, while we're on the subject, does your friend Hawkeye know about this?
Yeah, I told him I was coming here to fulfill this duty. He didn't try to stop me, just told me to get a move on them. He didn't say it outright, but I think he supports my decision. Maybe he even thinks it's a good idea to go through with this. I'm a little scared, of course, but excited too. Anyway, I'm really glad I got to talk to you at a time like this. I feel a lot better now, so thanks. Okay. Go to the location at all this. Get out. What? Oh, it's inside. It's in the library. We visit the mysterious room. What room is this? Talk to Alice. Okay, this is the theater. Hello, Alice.
Welcome, one and all. Please sit wherever you like.
Oh, so no unspoken rules to be aware of. I don't wanna unwittingly park myself down on some important lady chair.
I highly doubt anyone's going to mind where you sit, Lord Barbados. But thank you for being so considerate. Jean didn't fancy tagging along?
A lot happened in the city today. If she left there, really would be one around to lead the Night of Favonius.
Right, never mind. I was just hoping to treat her to some tea. So, tell me, Albedo, what is this outrageous and audacious plan of yours that I've been hearing murmurings about?
I'll get right to the point. I intend to kill the evildoing in Dragon's Find.
Oh?
And I also like to request some alchemical reagents from the Exent Circle.
Which ones? I'm all ears.
First would be the flesh of that immortal monster from the Margivari.
Interesting. What else?
The other is a portion of the embryo left by my mother, Reindotir.
Ah, the raw material from which she created her monsters in the past. There's not much of it left. Dragon blood, monster flesh, and embryo. Sounds to me like a formula for creating life.
Correct. Durin's art has continued to beat ever since the day he died. That means it's just a matter of time before he eventually returns. It could be centuries away or millennia, but the day will come. I've spent years investigating the Dragon's Find, so I'm well aware of the danger he poses. He has already posed a considerable threat to Mondstadt at less than half of his original strength. There's no telling how dire the consequences could be if he ever regain his full life force. Hence, if we want to be free of the dangers possessed by this blood and limitless vitality, we must find a way to eliminate Durin entirely. Unfortunately, Duri is a special entity. Even after that, he could reawaken at any moment. So the solution is to kill him and then resurrect him in a different form. Upon resurrection, he will no longer be the creature he once was. In fact, he will no longer be a monster at all, because I intend to transform him into a human-like being. During the summer, Klee and I visited a fairy tale world called Simulanka. It was created by mages of the Exen Circle, so I'm sure you know of it.
Of course. It was even the home of one of M's children, the other Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was during that journey that I learned with certainty that Durin will return to life one day. That experience inspired me. I met the pure soul M had created, and I knew I wanted to change Durin's fate. He could be the key. To that end, I devised an alchemical model for the transmutation. The soul will come from the fairy tale dragon of Simulanka, the blood from the original dragon's heart, and the monster remnants from the Margivari and the embryo mother left behind will form the flesh. The corrosive nature of the dragon venom and the weight and vitality of the monster remnants will offset each other, keeping the constructed body in perfect balance. A powerful side effect can be triggered when festering forces and life energy collide. In an alchemical setting, the results are sure to be nothing short of astounding.
The glint in your eye when you talk about these ideas. You really are your mother's child.
Do you see that as a bad thing, Count Alice?
Of course not. To me, you're both extraordinary individuals. I find you fascinating. In any case, now I see why you asked Venti for help. The raw materials you seek are extremely valuable. The misuse of even the tiniest amount could cause unimaginable chaos. That said, we're happy to give you what you need. But there is one condition. You need to prove you can wield them. And so, you must pass the Hexenzirkel's trial.
Okay. Understand, I figured something like this might happen. That's why I asked Fish to come along. Wait, I'm joining you in this thing? Not even wanna try to talk me into it? I can think of no better partner for such an endeavor.
So you know our tricks, huh?
Aunt Alice has always loved spectacle, and any chance to witness friends come together to support one another.
Well, success means little if you have no one to celebrate it with. No, although I'm afraid dear Paimon will have to sit this one out.
He does nothing anyways.
The Hexenzirkel trials are no walk in the park, my dear. Besides, I already decided on the structure. There's only room for 2 participants, I'm afraid. No more, no less. You understand, don't you, Paimon? Oh, don't be too angry with your dear aunt.
Okay, okay. You can turn off the charm. Paimon will stay behind.
Thank you for being so understanding. Then, whenever you two are ready, interact with the chessboard on the table. It will guide you through the trial.
Then let's make a formal request. Will you go through this trial with me? Of course, let's do this. Are you ready, Fish? Just about.
Then, my dear children, get ready for a taste of the Dodo King's magic.
Whoa! Is this a chess? It's certainly in keeping with Exenkirker's modalities. We've been... Whoa! It's intimidating like this. Been shrunken down to the chess piece size. Am I going to see a giant Paimon? No. What is it? Nothing, it's just Paimon's voice is even louder than usual. Now I'm this size. She's always so energetic and lively. Nothing can dampen her spirits. Don't worry, you'll be back with her again in no time.
You sound pretty confident, Albedo.
Aunt Alice, I didn't realize you'd be personally conduct the trial.
Since your mother has to recuse herself, who better than I to put your abilities to the test? I have prepared quite a riveting new performance just for you two. See? Defeat them in battle. Prove to me that you have what it takes to achieve your goal. Swashbuckle your way to victory like
We're not going to have a lot of reactions in this. Oh. Oh, damn.
You're pretty tough.
Find the wind.
Witness my great undertaking.
Of course. Yeah, I need to change. I need to change my team, god damn it. I'll put this one and I'll finish this fast. Yeah. What? Water? Water. Okay, no, maybe I'll need to... Let's take you out and put you in.
I knew you'd miss me.
Okay. With new characters, weak characters. Okay. Certainly keeping it secret.
You sound pretty confident.
Okay, we just saw that. Let's go.
Quite a riveting new performance just for you. Swat.
Okay.
Coming to be.
You two.
Moment of birth. Burst forth. Coming to be. Witness my great undertaking. Light it up.
Oops.
Moment of birth.
King and Queen should present a united front.
Get to work. Time to shine.
Witness my great undertaking.
Papa, get him.
Rise with the sun. Pyroclastic surge.
That was easy. With this team. It would be a lot cooler if they had a pre-made team.
It had to be this form? A toy really doesn't suit me.
This one doesn't seem like
Well
Alice.
done. But this isn't over. I will now preside over the second
Is
trial.
this M?
Stare straight ahead, and you will see things as they appear. But change your perspective, and you will see them as they are.
You okay? Oh, nice.
The trial awaits. Only by turning the world on its head can we see its true colors. So it begs the question, what do you see on the other side of this chessboard? Pawns earned true freedom The moment they gained
this is
legs,
all getting
they
rather
itched back.
dreary.
So, in the spirit of Rheindotter, I prepared a little surprise for you. No need to thank me, of course. Just a small gesture of kindness from me, Barbalon Trismegistus, to you. Oh, Albay.
Burst forth. Moment of birth.
It is time to slay our foes with blood almighty.
This calls for some pomp and ceremony.
I've
forgetting
lost
your
my
lines.
place. Where were we?
Show no mercy.
Oh, this is all getting rather dreary.
Allow me.
Moment of birth. The final act.
Yes, very well done.
Is this a new world boss? Or a new boss? We did
Oh,
it.
they've grown up so fast. So proud.
Really?
Barbalot.
Well then, I'll leave you to debrief the others about today's events.
Huh? You're leaving already?
You did marvelously today. I'm thrilled for both of you. Lovely
Oops.
tea party. But that'll do me for now.
You're just going to up and leave? Barbie? You'll have to forgive Barbalov. She's always on the move. And she never says where she's going either. I think she enjoys the mystique. But if I had to guess, she's probably going for a walk. She's a very health-conscious individual. Barbie was satisfied with your victory. And so am I. Congratulations to you both. You can come back now. Oh, whoops. I need to turn you back to normal first, don't I?
You're finally back! Great job! You made it all look so easy!
It was.
Nice to have you back safe and sound. Now time to relax and switch off. You've earned it.
Thank you. Felt pretty good to beat the trial. Once you've rested up, let me know when you are free and we'll head to the Dragon's Spine.
Deal with the Dragon of Dragonspine, right?
Indeed, the sooner we deal with Durin, the better. Let's go to the Dragon's Spine.
Yep, this place is as freezing as ever. Hyman's hands are turning to ice.
What the hell do I go there?
Is it warm in there?
Should I join improve? Okay. Let me put on my team.
A little amuse-bouche.
Come here, you little rascal. Easy now, Kakuku.
Step aside. On my mark. Hero incoming. Charge.
Control freeze.
Start the clock.
Mind your step.
Oh shit, she died.
Quick as a flash.
How the fuck do I get in here? Okay, let me heal first of all. Ah, okay, I need to go. Yeah, I know.
Stronger.
I went to the wrong place. I need to come here. Yeah. A duh. We arrived. Sorry, Paman. I have to get to work now.
Still beating away after all this time.
Leave it to me. You two, stay on guard. Why isn't he sending all his forces to protect him?
May Paimon ask a question?
Not now, motherfucker! You may.
Who is Durin to you? Do you think
Brother.
of him as one of your kind? And is he a dragon, person, animal, or monster?
From an alchemical perspective, we're both artificial creations, but biological speaking, we have no relation whatsoever, so to say we are kin would be categorically incorrect.
Sounds like you prefer humans to dragons then.
It's not so much as a matter of preference, rather as a thing stand. I would say I belong to the class of human, albeit a unique category thereof. But then again, most forms of life in this world possess some unique traits. I'm perhaps the most unique among humans, in that I'm the only one of my kind, but soon there will be another just like me, assuming this alchemical project proves successful. I believe Mini Durin already told you of this intent to replace the Durin of the Dragonspine. After my conversation with him, he also expressed a strong interest in becoming human. It's a fascinating prospect, not to mention an extremely challenging one, but I understand why he came to that decision. Do you see this as an act of creation? Well, understood in the broadest sense, this project deals with both the past and the future and stands to profoundly impact many lives. That primarily is what makes it worthwhile. Helping Mini Durin become who he wants to be is a secondary consideration, though still a meaningful one. By contrast, my personal motivations are nothing so grand and meaningful. I'm just pursuing something I believe in. In my view, to cultivate life which the world cannot generate indigenously is to cultivate the world itself. Whatever aids life in attaining a grateful level of perfection improves the world by doing so. It's not a question of whether this ought to be done or not, merely whether I wish to. The alchemical enterprise is concerned with deciphering and comprehending all forms of knowledge. What is the path I walk? Of course, that's not say that this is just a science experiment to me. Anything that affects Mondstadt I approach first and foremost as a member of the Knight of Avonius. Does that answer your question satisfactorily? Well enough, thank you. Finished.
Looks like a golden energy has encased the dragon's heart.
The whole art would be too big. I don't need that much. Instead, I've just removed the core. The rest will soon lose its vitality completely. This time, Durin's body should finally die for good.
Wait, but in that case, what's gonna happen to the fake Hertha? And what about the people who fell under Durin's influence?
The knights will keep an eye on them, but as far as I'm concerned, eliminating Durin's influence on the citizenry and creating a new Durin through alchemy are no one and the same thing. Armed with this art, I'll be able to complete this alchemical array and deal with all those issues in one go. Okay. Let's go back. Let's call it a day here. Thank you for accompanying me.
Pleasure! We sure learned a lot.
Mondstadt's a lively place during the Windbloom Festival. You should take a look around and pick out some nice souvenirs for yourself.
Oh yeah, the festival! Wonder who the Windbloom Star is gonna be this time. Well, we've been too busy dealing with this situation the entire time. Who else would be free to work during the Windbloom Festival?
I'm sure we'll find out on the day off. No, we have achievement. What's this? Best trial set by Exen Circle. Wait 2 days. Did one day passed already? Let's see.
No matter how Windbloom Festival is about to begin, let's go check it out!
As you all know, during this year's Windbloom Festival, the people of Mondstadt have banded together to defeat several waves of monsters that tried to invade our city. Accordingly, we would like to award the title of Windbloom Star to someone who made an outstanding contribution to defense operation. This is someone who may not look like a strong warrior, but whose keen insights played a vital role in gaining control over the conflict. His words and songs always have a way of lifting people's spirits, and they were a great support to us all. Venti. Let's give a round of applause to this year's Windbloom Star, Venti the Bard.
Wow! Amazing!
Huh? No way! You're really gonna pick me? Why not? You're the perfect person for the job. Alright, does that mean I get unlimited free drinks at the tavern? I'm sure they'll be more than happy to support this year's Windbloom Star. If you'd like, you can even take a drink while you give your acceptance speech to the crowd. Haha, in that case, let me swap out the speech for a song. Everyone's the best bard in this land is about to begin this performance, so don't go away. Gather around and lend me your ears. Music time. No. I hereby exercise the prayer of information. Because earth flowing water, refining fire, torrefying wind. traverse the 18 worldly and 20th passage. Immerse soul, enter the mortal realm. Elevate festering flesh into sacred blood and bone. O sages, witness my grand endeavor. How was it? Not bad, right? New playable character. Can we see him? Probably not. Dragon Boy.
Albedo, how did everything go?
Very smoothly. I'd say we achieved our goal.
Really? So Mini Durin looks like a human now?
Not really. Correct. However, his newly formed body is still stabilizing. We should give him some time. Incredible work, Albedo. I graciously accept the compliment. It really is rather remarkable what we've accomplished.
So, how do you feel right now?
Quite good. I did what I set out to do and achieved the personal goal. I think even she would have made a rare facial expression had she seen it.
She?
Yeah. Cousin Dotto. My master and mother, Gold Rindotter is. A long time ago, she sent me to Mondstadt with instructions to complete a task of monumental importance to find the truth of the world. I had a theory about what she meant, and in time I was able to corroborate it. Sure enough, finding the truth of the world basically stood for getting a life. Get a life, dude. That might be easy for most people, but for someone like me, it meant doing a lot of learning about a lot of things. I had to find out about myself and the world around me, get to know me and get to know other people. Life is the space that exists between me and the world. To become truly human, I had to inhabit that space. So, for an artificial human, finding a life is, in some sense, equivalent to finding the truth of the world.
So that's what she meant, huh? Well, no wonder those monsters wanted to infiltrate the city and replace you. They wanted your life for themselves.
Being alive is just existing, but having a life is what makes you truly human. I think that's the message she wanted to get across to me. Still, I have found this whole series of events has given me new inspiration. Becoming human is only the beginning. What follows is the choices a human has to make in life, as well as the kinds of family bonds they will form. Most people would probably see the events of the last few days as something out of a nightmare, but for me, it's just a part of my family life. I fear that the carefree existence of my brother has enjoyed this far will now come to an end. Just like me, he will have to step into this role and face the same constraints as everyone else.
You've got an unusual family, that's for sure.
Well, I suppose we get it from our mother. She's highly usual. Unusual. There are all kinds of families in the world. Some base their life around the family store, others around the farm. In my family, I suppose we tend to the flower beds, and now I'm a gardener here too. As long as you feel like you've gained something from the experience. Masters never show their face, but if Exant Zirkles knows what I've done, that means she knows as well and gave her approval. Since devouring Naberius, it would seem she has finally found a modicum of peace. What? And if so, then I'm truly happy for her. She didn't always have a penchant for madness, you know?
Devouring Naberius?
Yeah,
What's Naberius?
I was asking the same thing. It's the name of the ruler of life.
What?
What? Aunt Alice told me about it not long ago, but it came as no surprise. I knew Master would do it sooner or later. As for the ruler of life, all I truly know is this. Niberius is not gone. Instead, because of Master's action, she and Niberius are now one. In any case, thank you so much for your help during this ordeal and for choosing to stand by my side through it all.
Of course. That's what friends are for.
Paimon took the words right out of my mouth. Hearing you say that means more than I can say. I'll make sure to pass along the sentiment when I report back to Master Jean.
Oh, so you're heading back to headquarters? Well, good luck with the report.
Thank you. I'll get going.
Wow, this Windbloom Festival turned out to be a special one. It feels like we really made a difference. Oh, Paimon almost forgot. If the Windbloom star has already been chosen, what is this year's Windbloom gonna be?
Wanna take a guess?
Venti, you're back.
Haha, well, I couldn't keep my two dear friends in the dark about this year's Windbloom. Now, could I? What do you think of the Cecilia? It's quite famous. I like it. Quite fitting. The true feelings of the prodigal sun, a sentiment as sweet and warm as gentle spring breeze, perfect for the reason. The season? Fish, give me your hand, huh? The mages are very pleased that you and Albedo managed to pass the trial. Albedo received the materials he sought, so you deserve something in return as well. The Excellent Circle wants you to have this. It contains something entirely one of a kind, a secret of sorts. When the time is right, it will reveal itself to you, so no need to open it right away.
Wow, a gift and a mystery all in one. The mages sure love their secrets, huh?
According to the sender, you are probably the only person who could make use of something like this, so I suppose it belongs to you now. Alright, thanks. Ah, well, all I did was deliver it, although I did go to great lengths during this whole ordeal. Suppose the reward for my efforts wouldn't be out of the question.
You've helped a lot, Venti. How about we treat you to a drink?
Really? I hold you to that, you know? No going back on your word.
Mondstadt! Let's go to the tavern right now!
Haha, music to my ears. I'm so happy I could fly. It's like this festival was made for me or something. When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Okay. Cruelly set fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free. Through shadows so cold, he sought wisdom untold, chasing a fragrance the wind only knows. Thus wistfulness went and faded into the night as he stepped from the darkness and into the light. Yeah, quest complete. Paralogism. Almost 3 hours to do this story, but it's interesting, but only if you've done things before. Right. Woohoo! And we get a wish. Probably. No, it's not this what I want. Probably it should appear here. Oh, it doesn't appear here. Okay. So next we need to do Scofier story. Let me see if I can get in the room of where the dragon is made. No, there's nothing here. Okay, all it's done. I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. Next we'll be coming back to make Exofier's story mission. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget the giveaway. Link down below for the giveaway. Thanks for watching and have an awesome gaming time. Bye bye. Poops.